Good morning and welcome to another Parker Adams Boat Sales video walkthrough tour. This is a first. I'm currently on the front lounging area of a very, very special boat. This is a Sealine F530 and it is an absolute beast. The space on board this boat is fantastic. You have the most beautiful midships owner's cabin. You've got a forward cabin, which again, most boats would be an incredible owner's suite, but remember this is a guest suite. Multiple heads and just this amazing saloon space on this boat. We've just come back in and we've done drone videos on this boat and the boat looks absolutely brilliant on the water. It's been a real pleasure to be on this boat, and the best way of describing this boat is it's like a little ship. So I'm excited to bring you this video walkthrough tour. So as you have just heard, I'm on a Sealine F530. This boat is beautiful. I have kind of fallen in love with this boat. It's really interesting actually. In the last couple of days yesterday I was on a Sealine S23, so the smallest boat that Sealine have made, and now I'm on one of the largest boats that Sealine have made, and it is a pleasure to be on board this boat. One of the reasons I thought I'd start off the video here is because of just how much light is around in this saloon area. As you can see, you've got loads and loads of headroom, so you've got really generous headroom height, and quite often on boats that have a midships cabin you can find that this headroom height here is slightly limited. Not on this boat. You've got a huge amount of volume here, but these windows are just incredible. So you have full-size windows, literally floor to almost ceiling windows, running the whole way down this side, and then if we spin the camera around to this side as well, again you've got this lovely, lovely panoramic view, particularly this window which is unimpinged by anything else. If I sit here, what an amazing space, just sit here looking out to see the world. So it really does have the feel of a very, very high-end apartment with those floor-to-ceiling windows that you have a beautiful view on. So I might go on a little bit in this video because I've fallen in love with this boat. It's a really special boat. Sealine being built by Hansa since I think it's about 2016, and the build quality is really exceptional on this boat. I love so many of the little features. So for an example of that, if we look at this table has got a crisscross design inside it, and the reason for that is that it folds out, and it folds out into 4 different leaves to create a much, much larger square table that can then be twisted around. The other thing about this table as well, you might notice there's a door here, but the door has actually got something in the way. Now the way the design works is you can actually move these seats away, so it creates a whole open plan living space here. And this table, as a little lever, if I pull that there, you can see the table is able to move in multiple directions and multiple places just to keep it out the way. So it's really nice that you can push the table right over there and end up effectively with 2 bench seats so people can still sit and talk to each other, but you've got full access inside and outside. So huge amount of space in here. The helm seat has also got a secret, but I'll deal with just the helm first of all. So the helm here is a double helm. You have nestling under these lovely covers, twin Garmin 16-inch screens. Now the screens are all interfaced in with the engines as well, and there's also a rear-facing camera on this boat. So you've got all the navigation, everything that you need up here. This boat is powered by twin IPS 800s. Now these are massively powerful engines, push this boat along beautifully, and of course because it's IPS you've got the joystick control. So you can see a picture here when we're manoeuvring out of the marina. It really is just fingertip control and able to go out of the lock here at Hythe with absolute ease. So this control, one of the things that's noticed sitting at the helm position is that actually it's not cluttered with lots and lots of buttons, because everything is sort of tucked away. You've got the carling switches just nestling down here. You've got the anchor chain markers, and then dominated by these 2 big beautiful screens, which is really, really lovely to see. So that's the helm position. I like the fact you've got a door, so you've got easy access to get out, and then you can communicate clearly with the people who are doing your lines, doing your fenders, and just step straight out onto the really wide side decks. I'll show you the side decks in a minute. But let's go on downstairs. So I'll just take hold of the camera, and you can see as you head down here, you've got just, again, you're sort of going a long, long way down here. Is it 4 steps I've got there? Yeah, 4 steps there to go all the way down, and then let's start off in the front. So this is a beautiful cabin, and of course this is the guest cabin, which is really surprising because again the attention to detail, the quality finish in here is lovely. Really wide windows running all the way down, ocean air blinds, just little tab there, pull it down and you can instantly shut out the outside world for some privacy. You've got reading lamps on a nice bendy bit of metal in there, and it's just a very, very lovely place to be. In here, you've got a Jack and Jill heads, so you've got a good size shower, which is just in here. Very silent flush Jabsco toilets. and then one of these lovely designer countertop sinks as well in there. If we come back through here, something else to mention, talking about space and light and airiness, the boat has got air conditioning units fitted into each of the cabins. So there's actually there's one master air conditioning unit, but then there's 3 other slave units. So you've got one master in the main saloon, and then 3 slave units providing air conditioning in each of the cabins, which is beautiful for when you're, lovely hot summer's day like today, just to be able to cool the boat right the way down. The second cabin is a twin cabin, but I just love it dominated by light again. You've got light all the way down these windows, big skylight here, and just a good, lovely, lovely space to be. I can imagine children loving to look out that window in the morning, and full cupboard height, and then of course an air conditioning unit just down there. And then, kind of saving the best till last, if we step into here, you have the most beautiful owner's suite. It's a full width owner's suite, goes all the way across. The couple who are selling the boat have had a special design cot put in here, and with a special design to nestles in there nicely for their young child. But you can see these windows on both sides, and actually a little desk, office area, dressing area, whatever you want to call it. You've got spaciousness everywhere on this boat. So large double bed in the middle, just the little touches like the LED lit lights all the way underneath there just make this boat feel so premium and such a high quality boat. If we work our way back here, you can see there's a large, I guess it's a 32-inch television just mounted up into that space. And then just looking around here again, you can just see there is a huge amount of space on this boat, and it just feels amazing. It does feel like a mini super yacht. In fact, one of the things I said to the owner when we were taking it out just then is it's got the feeling of a small ship. It's kind of stopped being just a boat, and it's become a small ship, and it's really special for that feeling. This, of course, has its own ensuite as well. It's not a shower on this one. You know what, as soon as I said that, I thought I'm completely lying. There's a shower that's nestled behind there. So you've got a shower, and again, you've got a shower that can actually come out from the ceiling with LED lighting throughout, and then countertop sink there again. So a nice size. It's interesting. Yeah, as soon as I said that, I thought, no, I know there is a shower behind there. That's a good size shower as well. Don't know how I forgot that. Lovely big window there as well, though you may want to take use of the blind. In fact, where is the blind for that? Ah, that's right, I remember this. There is a system here where you can lift up that mirror and that blocks out that window. So this particular bathroom doesn't have a mirror. Sorry, it doesn't have a blind, but it does have a mirror there. So that's a nice area there. Okay, so as we come back up here again, what I'm going to do is just pass this camera back to my able assistant, Nick. And if we just come around onto this side, and Nick makes your way around to there, what I want to show you is this seat here is a chaise longue seat. So I'm going to make sure I get this right now. If we pull out this lever and twist it, if we now just slide that into that position and push this down, you have now got a really lovely lounging area, and that's a really, really nice space to be. Now you might think to yourself, well, that's lovely, it's a nice chaise longue, but what are you pointing at? What are you going to be looking at? What you're looking at is a very, very cool pop-up television. Press a button here, and up pops a television. Beautifully stored all the way down there. That comes up, and then all of your guests can then sit around this area, and you've got a nice twin-person chaise longue there for the television as well. Press the button again, and it disappears. But that's not the only thing that lifts up on this countertop. There is something very, very important that lifts as well. Alcohol. I'm going to keep this going down. You know, I should have put the air conditioning on. I'm quite hot. It's a rare hot summer's day in the UK. So if we press this down and let go, magically appearing from there is your bar. And look at that, it's a well-stocked bar, and that just pops up. So I really like that. Again, Sealine just seem to think about packing their boats full of really nice features. Putting a bit of pressure down there. And that closes back down again. And that's now closed, so that's really nice. So Nick, if you come around here, let's have a look at the galley. Probably best to go outside here. The whole design of the Sealine is very similar to the other Sealine, the 430 that we've got at the moment. It's designed with sort of inside-outside living in mind. So you have here a really nice galley. It's not a huge galley, but everything that you need is here, including a dishwasher. So how much more space would you need? You've got this hinged window which lifts up, and that really connects this space with the outside space as well. You've got a 4-burner hob. You've got a microwave convection oven. You've got a wine fridge just down here. And of course, a boat of this size needs to have a full-size fridge and also a freezer. Stocked full of ice creams, actually. I might steal one of those later. Don't tell the owner. So it's a really nice, cosy galley space, but everything that you need is here. Now, in terms of the electronics on this boat, it's fitted with a really good generator that can power the whole systems on the boat, including the air conditioning. So if you're on a bay, you can turn on the air conditioning. But you've also got a full inverter setup on this boat. So when we were out at sea earlier, I needed to charge my phone, and the owner just plugged in a charger into the plug socket. So the plug sockets were powered by the inverter the whole time. And that's really nice because you don't need to power up the generator in order to get all the plug sockets working, which is nice. So that's the galley space, nice air conditioning unit on there. And then to get access to the engines, there is a button just under here, and I'll go and show you the engines now. So I've prepped this already, and I've already opened up these hatches. I don't think they've been closed down again. Just need to close this door up. So we just close that door into there, make sure that table is folded into position, and then just inside this cupboard where you have your distribution panel, your power for your generator, and a variety array of switches, you can then just push this button, which then lifts up that hatch to reveal the twin IPS 800 Volvo Penta engines. Now, these engines have covered 650 hours from new. They were serviced, and the IPS drives were also serviced in March this year. So the boat really is still ready to go for the season. It's August at the moment, but with a boat like this, you'd want a boat all year round. So I'll open that up. Let's have a look down here. Engine access is very, very good. As you can imagine, the engines are nestled quite a long way down there on such a big boat, but all of your engine maintenance is very, very easy to get to, and your IPS drives are just under that bulkhead, just at the back there. Lots of isolators and switch-off panels all the way here, and I noticed there's also an engine room temperature monitor there, saying 34.6 degrees in the engine bay at the moment. Open this up, press the button. Okay, so let's look at the outside space on the boat, which is plentiful. So outside here, you've got seating, I would say, comfortably for 6 or 7 people. Really cool design table that folds both ways, that way, and also folds that way. So depending on how much you want where you want your space to be, it's there. And you've just got a huge amount of space. And I just really like this inside-outside connected living space here. So that's the rear. There's not too much to talk about there, apart from a lot of space. So let's go upstairs onto the flybridge. So you won't notice the little LED dot lights all the way up inset into the flybridge steps as you go up. That will look stunning at night. In fact, I've just realised I didn't put my drone away when I went out to do the filming earlier. This is the drone that we use to do all the filming. It's a DJI Phantom 4 Professional. So it's a great drone. I've used that for years. So upstairs on the flybridge area, you have an enormous amount of space. At the back here, you can lift this up, and you have a wet bar, so you've got a hot and cold running water, and you've got a proper barbecue grill. Push that down, easy access to get to the top of the radar arch. And something about these engines I forgot to mention is this little device here is called DPS. Now what that is, it's about a £20,000 option, and it means that you can press a button on the control system and the boat will stay exactly where you put it. So dynamic positioning system. So if you're mooring up, you can come into a marina, press the button, walk around the boat, do your fenders, knowing that the boat is going to stay exactly where it was. So it's a really nice feature. Space, social is amazing all the way around here, and again this table folds both ways as well, and again you'd get 12 people around there. It's absolutely enormous. And then up here you've got a lovely sun pad area. Sit down here, 2 or 3 people up here sunbathing, space for 3 more people there, probably another 3 people. So there is just an enormous amount of space for people on this boat. And in case you get a bit thirsty when you're driving the boat, just underneath here you've got yourself a pull-out bar. So in there, it's closed again. So it closes by itself. In here, easy access to beers and sun creams. Perfect thing for a helm person to need. Up here, you've got another 16-inch Garmin display. You've got 3 Fusion sound systems fitted on board this boat. They're in the cabins, they're in the saloon area, and they're also up on the flybridge and the rear deck area. And all of your control systems up here. IPS drives, Volvo Penta gauges, all interfaced in with the Garmin. Everything you need is all here. I think that's it for the flybridge. There's not much more to say. Of course, it does have a bimini as well. It's all folded around at the top, but that bimini cover comes over to give an amazing amount of protection. The other thing I love about biminis, and a lot of people think about biminis for just giving sun protection, but what biminis also do is extend the time that you have in the evening. Because you remove the dew point, if you put your bimini across in the evening, once it gets into August, there's a lot of dew around, and it means that it's just much, much warmer and nicer to be on the flybridge at night. And that this flybridge with a little LED courtesy lighting looks stunning at night. So let's go and have a look at another social area, which is the first time I've done a walk-through tour on a boat that has a social area at the front. So as we walk through, this is where this boat feels like a ship. It feels like a super yacht walking down here. You've got some fantastic space all the way down here, high gunnels, very, very safe for children walking around, steps up here, still safe with the guardrails all the way around. And then this is what you saw earlier. Look at this lounging space. This is amazing. So just here, once again, you've got another lounging space. What a brilliant place to be. Whether you're going along or whether you are just at anchor or sitting in a marina, you can sit around here with 6 friends, and this is just a beautiful place to be. So it's really special in here. You've got a sound system, Fusion sound system, which powers this area as well. So you've not only got a social space, you've got music as well. The anchor system is all powered from here. You can operate the anchor from both at the bow. It's fitted with an optional upgrade stainless steel anchor, or you can do it from the flybridge helm as well. And it's a big, powerful, quick anchor system there. All of the decking on the boat is flexi teak, which actually I think is really, really nice. Synthetic teak is the way forward. Particularly teak is very hard to find now, and it means on the synthetic you have so much less maintenance on this boat. So I really like that. I believe the walk around space is the same on each side. Some boats are slightly offset, but actually I think it's the same on both sides. And if you lift up this area here, you've got storage inside here for covers. The fly nets to go on the screen to take some of the sun away from the windscreen are just inside there. And it really does feel like a super yacht. Walking down here, the sides, you've got this really good high sides, and I like the fact that this GRP bar comes down here, which again makes you feel that you're just sort of going inside the stern of a super yacht. So let's go back to the transom. So the transom is the one thing I haven't talked about yet. This boat is fitted with a high-low hydraulic platform. There's a really big 3-person jet ski on there. I believe that the weight of this is probably around about 400 kilograms, so it'll take a really large Williams jet rib on there, and the hydraulic platform goes right down into the water, and in fact some steps appear when the boat goes into the water. I'll overlay a photograph of this of what it looks like when it's at a bay. It really looks very, very cool, and of course it's just such a simple way of putting a tender onto the back of the boat. Let's walk around just to the front. I'll finish off the video at the bow. Just gives you a chance just to see the height of the boat. One thing that strikes me on this boat is that despite the volume that it's got, it's not actually all that high. Some of the boats we've looked at recently who have got midships cabins, actually the cleats seem to be right the way up here, and it's really hard to even put the cleats on. We've got a Princess 54 that we've just sold, and on that the cleats are really, really high. But on here they're actually quite a manageable height, so Sealine clearly must have gone a long way down with the boat to get all of that storage space. So as we walk down the boat, you can see it's dominated by these really, really large cutaway windows, which gives all of that light streaming into the owner's cabin. Here you've got that second cabin and then into the heads. And the cleat, again, is higher on this side. It lifts up a little bit, but it's still not too, what's the word? Especially high. I think that's a word. Right, let's go round to the bow. The bigger Fairlines have got these quite blunt noses, and you can see that in the drone video. So, did I not say it? Did I say Fairline? I'm getting my brands confused. The later Sealines have got this slightly blunter bow, and of course what that blunt bow does is it gives a lot more volume in the boat because they flatten off the bow, and then it gives a lot more width to that front cabin. So there's a reason that they have that design, and a lot of boats have gone down that way now as well. So I think that's pretty much covered everything. Just to remind people, this is a 2017 model year Sealine F530. It is an amazing boat. It's the sort of boat you just want to spend a huge amount of time on. In fact, I don't think I'd ever want to go home. It's fitted with every optional extra that you can imagine. There's so many things that I just love about this boat. The driving of this boat, you shouldn't be nervous about driving a boat of this size because it comes with the IPS drives. It's just a breeze to handle. Move the joystick one side, it goes that direction. Move it forward, it goes forward. There's a bit more to it, but it's very, very straightforward. It's been a pleasure to bring you this boat. I've really, really enjoyed walking through this boat. If you want any more information about the boat, or you want to come and view the boat here in Hythe Marina on the south coast, then please get in touch. If you haven't already, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks as always.